Welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast, episode 47. Tonight, we're talking new games coming to NSO. Nintendo removing support for the Wii U and 3DS Eshop, and some rumored Zelda games, along with a boatload of community questions. That and more. Hello everyone, I am Andros, and I am joined as I am joined each and every week on the Nintendo Pals Podcast by my pal, Micah.
Yep.
Oh, and he's back to normal this week. For those who missed last week, we did not have Micah. We had some weird alien that spoke in very scripted intro.
This is the kind of things that happen when I try to be a nice person. People think I'm an alien, apparently.
I appreciated the effort. That's all. I'll throw that out there. Mike, how the heck are you doing? How are things going?
Pretty good.
Pretty
good indeed.
We've already chatted today a little bit. We got done streaming on our Twitch channel. Did you know we have a Twitch channel, Micah?
Oh, I did know that.
I didn't know we had a Twitch channel, but now I do. We are on Twitch, and hold on, y'all. Let me just pull up real quick how many followers we are at right now, right this second. We are at 74 followers and 13 subscribers. 13 subscribers. We are going for 100 follows. So if you haven't already, hop on over and toss a follow. It's totally free. And we are also going for 64 subs for some reason. Well, not for some reason, because N64. I got to remember that every time.
I feel like you forget that every time.
Yeah, I do, and then I remember it after I say, well, why are we doing 64? It's a weird number.
Yeah, what a dumb number. Stupid.
And get to that
So,
if
yeah,
you...
and
Yeah.
please subscribe so that we can all see Andros with a shaved head. And potentially eyebrows. I don't know if we really
not
nailed down the specifics.
Oh, not doing that. And pro tip, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can sub to one Twitch channel for free. So toss that free sub this way. So all of your interaction with this can be completely free. It already is completely free. You don't have to do any of that stuff. So, yeah, I make it seem like you have to. Yeah. Don't feel pressured to do any of that stuff. But you know, it is pretty cool if you do. Anyways, moving on. Let's jump to the first segment of our show, Micah, because we got a lot to cover today. And that first segment is Whatcha Playin. What have you been playing lately, Micah?
Oh, just the second best The Legend of Zelda game of all time. Wind Waker.
Oh, nice. Now, give us your completely unbiased review.
Super
how?
unbiased.
Yeah, how is?
You
in all
can
honesty,
skip most text conversations, so that is fantastic. And unlike Ocarina of Time, where if you tried to skip someone's text, it skipped everything. You can just skip through one panel at a time. So even if the text speed if it's too slow for you, which it is faster than an Ocarina of Time, you can still speed that up. Oh, no, Camden, I read everything, but...
Camden in chat says skipping text is against the rules. Yeah.
I guess when I say skip, I mean hit a button so the text finishes appearing so I can read it without having to wait.
I'm sure.
Oh, of course. I am very good at speed reading and retaining 60 to 70% of what I read.
That's great. Nice.
I just gotta say, I think Wind Waker is the closest Legend of Zelda to Breath of the Wild.
It is more open with its open world because you're going like island hopping between those islands.
Yeah, I mean, because if you just play through what you're supposed to, you'll see like 30% of the islands or something like that. and I tend to see an island and get deviate from my path of where I'm supposed to be going a little bit. And by the time I finish my play session, I'll end up farther away from where I'm supposed to go than when I started.
Yeah, which sounds
But
exactly like
having
Breath of the Wild.
yeah,
Wait a
although I
second,
will
how did I get
admit
here?
that the open sea isn't quite as good as Breath of the Wild's open world.
Yeah. I mean, it's a game changer. Breath of the Wild's a game changer. That's why it's number one, right?
Yeah,
And why Wind Waker's
but
tied
Breath of
for
the Wild
two with Ocarina
probably
of Time.
only came into being because of Wind Waker. It is my new theory. It is definitely true.
Yeah. Well, nice. How far are you?
I've gone the three. I mean, I don't know if this spoils anything for anyone, but I got the three like starting orbs, and I've done like one more uh, dungeon-ish place. I know there aren't as many as in a lot of Zelda games, but I don't actually remember how far in this is. But it's probably around halfway. I have to guess.
And how long have you been playing? What'd you say?
Um, maybe 8 to 12 hours.
It's
Maybe.
decent length for the total game. Um, nice, nice. Anything else you want to highlight that you've been playing?
Played some more Rocket League.
Nice.
Reached reached Diamond 3 for the first time ever.
Oh, that's
So,
better than I've ever done.
although I'm not sure it really counts because I always play with our friend Eli, who's super good at the game, so he carries me a little bit. But that also means I'm playing against champ level people, which I don't always appreciate.
Yes. We got Camden in chat says I'm playing Rocket League right now. Nice.
Nice.
What a game. It is a blast and it is free. So hop on and get it on Switch, PC, every platform. Except for mobile. It's not mobile. I don't think it is.
I don't think so.
Um
Yeah.
nice.
Besides that, I guess I just played some Pokemon Unite
Yeah.
earlier today
Yeah. Well, and you played
and
some
also
before.
yesterday,
Yeah.
and found out Machamp is definitely the best. Out of the three I've tried, Machamp is definitely the best.
The Machampion, as
Uh,
was coined in today's stream. The Machampion. And I was the Garchompion. That was a good game. I enjoyed it. Also free to play, so definitely check that one out if you like Pokemon. And I don't know if it's necessarily for MOBA fans. It
yeah,
seems
I'd say
pretty.
if you've been tempted to get into the MOBA gaming sphere, this could be a good introduction, but it is quite watered down when compared to others.
Yeah, but it's still fun. Like I really enjoyed it. And
Yeah,
I've only lightly played other MOBAs. I've
yeah.
only played like a match or two, or
Other MOBAs can be quite daunting to get into.
because there's a lot to it. Where this seems a little
Yeah,
simpler. Yeah, for sure. So I don't. I To that point, I don't know how much legs it'll have. Like if it's one that you'll play a whole bunch. But there was like a good challenge system and unlockables and stuff, which seemed. I want to play some more. I only played two
yeah.
matches today.
And I think they have like 20 Pokemon that you can play as. So I hope they just keep adding those in because that will definitely help to keep things fresh.
Yeah, true, true. So they could. I mean, they could go crazy. They could have tons of Pokemon in the roster.
They have what 950 other potential Pokemon to choose from or something.
Yeah, get some Bidoof in there. Get some
Oh,
Magikarp.
definitely.
Magikarp.
I would love that. You're
Okay.
useless for the first half of the game, but then you turn to Gyarados. You just
Oh,
crush everyone.
yeah, that would actually be pretty fun. I'm thinking about that mechanically. Nice. So I also played Pokemon Unite, and those are my thoughts. I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it. First impressions are good. Uh, it seems well put together, and yeah, yeah. I don't have anything bad to say about it. Nothing in it like made me go, I don't want to play this anymore. I could see
Yeah.
it's not the style of game that is for everybody, but it is for a lot of people. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. And
It's not for
each
everyone, but
match is it's timed instead of like destroying your opponent's base, which can be kind of nice. They're 10-minute rounds, so you don't end up going to like an hour and a half MOBA match that you end up losing, which
yeah,
is always a
yeah,
little rough.
yeah, that happens gross like in some other games. So yeah, that is nice. In addition to that, I haven't played a ton, but I've played a ton of what I played, and that is Skyward Sword HD. Oh, it is so good. I am really enjoying my time with Skyward Sword HD. It is a remake of the game from the Wii, and it just looks so good. Um, you know, I was gonna look this up. What's the frame rate of Breath of the Wild?
Not too good, I
Is
believe. I know it dips at times.
isn't it 30 frames per second?
I want to say it aims for 30.
This is 60 frames per second on Switch, and I didn't think I would notice, but my goodness, it's buttery smooth looking. Like it's really nice looking. Uh, it it almost just seems like weird.
It's too smooth.
Yeah. But no, it's not too smooth. Like wow, I don't like this is like weird. It's too fast. It's just weird to be playing an old Zelda game with such a high frame rate. It feels wrong, but good. Anyways, but I'm not into the tech spec stuff. I'm actually just really enjoying revisiting the story and the gameplay and the dungeons and puzzles. Everything about it is just hitting a spot for me that I'm really enjoying. It's super, super fun. So we have in chat, Cameron says Breath of the Wild is 30 frames per second. And I didn't think that looked bad. But moving from that to Skyward Sword, I'm like, wow, yeah, there's a difference. There's a difference here. But Skyward Sword is so much simpler gameplay wise, not simpler, but it's not as open. Ah, man,
Don't have to render as much.
so many characters, and they all have such great personalities. They're so well written. I I could go on and on about how awesome the story is. The soundtrack. Oh, there are songs that I listen to a lot of background video game music just throughout the day. Have it playing, and there are songs that I have heard over and over again that I didn't realize were from this game. Like, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that was this spot this whole time I've been listening to it, and it's just a cut above the rest on every other 3D Zelda game minus Breath of the Wild, because it's fully orchestrated. Even Breath of the Wild took it in a very different direction than Skyward Sword takes it. Much more traditional orchestra, and it just sounds so good. Sounds so good. And then the characters are all fantastic. The villain character, Girahim, I forgot how terrifying and how weird and how well designed he is. I really enjoyed the like introduction of him as a character, and where he's just kind of like this like just really oddly dressed and like weird mannerisms, then just snaps from this like kind of nice-ish guy to like insane. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Um, and then besides that, I played. Oh my goodness, I had it. I had it. I was like, I'm gonna remember everything I played this time. Ring Fit. That was what I was gonna say. Ring Fit. I've been keeping up with my daily exercise on Ring Fit, and I also played some Mario Golf. And Mario Golf was super fun. Enjoyed enjoying my time playing through the story on that. And then I played. I grinded a glitch in Ocarina of Time, trying to do the wrong warp to Ganon, and did not get it. It's just so
Classic
difficult.
Ocarina of Time, just being a grind.
No, just that glitch. Just that glitch, which is very, very tough to pull off. I wanted to get it, and there were points where I was like sort of close, but even it was only sort of close to being halfway done. And so, yeah, I'm probably not going to try something like that again on a stream. It was just not, probably not the most entertaining thing to watch. But we had some good conversation over there, so yeah, it's fun. And I really like how the N64 looks on my stream setup, so probably do some more. I'll probably do some more N64 games, and maybe I'll mess around more with Ocarina of Time just because I've sequence broken it already. I could just like go and do things in weird orders. Like I could go and get the bombs and then go to the well dungeon and do that and get I don't remember what that thing's called. The Eye of Truth.
Eye of Truth.
Yeah.
Although technically you don't even need that item.
Oh, but Micah, can I backtrack a little bit here and say that Skyward Sword has probably the best arrangement of items in any Zelda, I'd say. I forgot how fun those items are to play with. You got the cruising beetle that you like pilot around.
Oh yeah.
And then I know at some point you unlock the vacuum.
But I just gotta say once again not necessarily once again, but Wind Waker, you do get these pairs that let you control seagulls. So practically the same item.
Is it really? That's awesome.
I mean, it's kind of the same item.
That's
there aren't
awesome.
that many uses for it, but
Micah,
awesome.
why didn't you lead with that? I would have played Wind Waker eons ago if I had known about this.
Because I had forgotten until I started playing again. You take this weird pair with what kind of looks like a face on it, and you just put it on your head, make a weird face, and a seagull just snatches it up, and you gain control of it. There's no logic to it.
Well, interesting. Yeah, I'm really enjoying Skyward Sword. I'm going back to that again. Skyward Sword's so great. I really hope that there is integration with this and Breath of the Wild 2. Also, they put this at 60 frames per second. Could they put Breath of the Wild 2 at that? Because that'd be pretty nice. It doesn't have to be, because I really enjoy the look.
Extra time refining it, so who knows?
I think it looks great for the original game at the 30 frames, but maybe the 60 frames would look really good. I don't know. That's not a big deal, but it would be cool. Anyways, speaking of it would be cool, let's move to the news. What do you say, Micah? To the Nintendo news. And in today's Nintendo news headlines, we have 3 brand new games announced for NSO. Micah, did those come out? Or are those...
I believe not.
Okay, they're not out yet. They've been announced. We're getting Claymates,
system.
Jellyboy, and Bombuzal for the SNES. Have you heard of any of these?
Oh man, I heard Claymates was like just the worst game ever. Just terrible.
Our buddy Dan over the Retro Logic podcast is a big fan of Claymates. So I had heard of that one, and so had Micah. And this is where it's a joke. It's a joke. Dan, we don't mean it.
Before that, I had not heard of any of these games.
Same. This is an interesting bundle. And, I'll make the complaint that I make every time. They're shopping out of the bargain bin. Why not give us some Plock? Like, they're shopping out of the wrong bargain bin.
Yeah, they're shopping out of the bargain bin, not the garbage bin.
Oh! Ouch! Plock is a masterpiece, and you take that back. You take it back.
I would sooner die.
Wow, really? I don't think that's true. I also don't think Micah hates Plock that much, just like I don't think he hates Ocarina of Time as much as he lets on. Yeah, okay.
I will say, I was surprised that the amount of not quite enjoyment I got out of Ocarina of Time.
I don't understand how. I enjoyed it so much. I have enjoyed it so much revisiting it.
The camera controls are just so terrible.
The camera controls?
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like the combat wasn't very fun. I mean, not when compared to Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Or essentially any other Zelda game.
It's harsh. It's harsh.
Plus, I was also excited to play Wind Waker, so that was in the back of my mind as I was playing. I was like, oh,
See,
I
you went
could
in
be
the
playing
wrong
something way
order.
better.
You went in the wrong order. You should play Wind Waker first, and then been like, okay, now is a good time to revisit the classic, the real winner of the
Ugh.
Twitter poll that was put out by us that got quite a few votes on which is better, Wind Waker or Ocarina of Time. And out of
You
250
know who
people,
else got quite a few votes? Hitler. And we
wow,
all
okay,
know how that turned
okay,
out.
what?
So,
Oh, no,
just saying,
I'm in
sometimes
full.
you can't trust people.
I am in the camp that 60% of people who voted were in, and that is that Ocarina of Time is better.
The
So,
camp of people that haven't even played both games and are just judging one based off of
hey, that's just me.
having never
That's
played
just
it. I
me.
mean,
We
I don't
had
know.
several twos of people that at least said they played both and liked Ocarina of Time more.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, it
several
seems like
twos.
whenever people said they had played both, like 90% of them said Wind Waker was better, which I found to be very interesting.
What? That's not that's not a real statistic. Mike's making that up.
It's close enough.
Hang on, I gotta do something off screen real quick. Baby monitor was on. Classic. Okay. Uh, so yeah, what we're moving on. Twitter has settled the argument. Ocarina of Time is better. Thank you, Twitter. And let's
Wait,
move.
weren't we talking about how Twitter's actually like terrible? Don't we talk about that all the time?
Yeah, I do talk about how Twitter is
Hmm.
terrible.
Interesting.
Not
Interesting.
the opinion on this poll or the people.
Hmm.
Well, I don't know.
Well, kind of the people.
Kind of the people,
Like sometimes complain about.
kind of the negativity. But I think everybody that was in this specific, it was within our community
Oh,
and our
wow.
circles of communities that we that is super positive and super good. So we can make it a better place. We can do that. Check out the Nintendo
No.
Pals Twitter. Shogoth. Am I pronouncing that right? Shogoth? 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 Hunter.
Hmm. Good question. I was
Uh,
confident that it
it
was
says you
Shogoth,
guys
but
can't even
no,
quote your own
I'm not.
statistics correctly. Ouch. That is not true. It's 60% for Ocarina of Time. And 40%. So it's like 60 point something percent. I'm like messing it up. 60% for Ocarina of
You're
Time,
proving his
40%
point
for
right
Wind
now.
Waker. Yeah. Yeah.
And 90% of people that had played both games liked Wind Waker better. So
That's
just saying,
okay. That is a made up statistic. No one was polled for that.
it could be correct though. We don't know for sure.
Right. But what we do know is 60% of people said Ocarina of Time is better. Okay, well, we're moving on from this because they're both number 2 on the Nintendo Pals list. And Wind Waker is written first.
It's true.
I've agreed to that. Where were we? How did we get here from 3 new games on
I don't
NSO?
remember.
Anyways, Nintendo is potentially
This is a good question.
removing. Well, Nintendo has announced they're removing credit card support from the Wii U and 3DS eShop, and that will be starting in 2022. It sounds like you'll still be able to purchase games off those eShops via gift
Gift
cards,
cards.
like Nintendo point cards. So if you're wanting to buy straight with a credit card, now is the time. This year is the time to get that
Good time to pick up Wind Waker HD.
for only $20 on the Wii U eShop. And a lot of Zelda games are available on the Wii U eShop. So the Wii U has a great library of classic games that may not be coming to Switch. Who knows? So yeah. In addition to that, Nintendo also came out and clarified a point by Bloomberg. Blah. Yeah, that's those guys. That's those guys that like yeah, you know those guys. The Bloomberg
Alright.
guys are the guys that sparked the whole Switch Pro rumor deal. For shame. Anyway, uh, so they put out that they put out that this model would be making Nintendo more money, and Nintendo came out and actually clarified that that is not the case. So I'll just read straight here. It says a news report on July 15th claimed that the profit margin of the Nintendo Switch OLED model would increase compared to the Nintendo Switch. To ensure correct understanding among our investors and customers, we want to make clear that the claim is incorrect. We also want to clarify that we just announced that the Nintendo Switch OLED model will launch in October 2021 and have no plans for launching any other model at this time. There you have it, folks. Switch
But didn't
Pro
they
is
also say, like, 5 months before announcing the Switch OLED that they had no plans for launching any other models at this time?
yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean,
It still could be, but
five
this
months
feels
from
like
now, we should get a new Switch model.
this feels like straight putting their foot down on the whole Bloomberg reporting falsely. They're like, enough is enough, because like it built up this crazy hype that the Switch OLED model was never going to be able to fulfill,
Yeah.
and it was kind of false reporting. Like, I'm gonna come out and I'm just throwing all the punches at Bloomberg today. That's right. We're gonna get canceled by Bloomberg. Good. Good. Anyways, all right. So Nintendo's just been on a roll with their like PR stuff, right? They also just did a survey gauging engagement in Animal Crossing New Horizons, asking questions like, "How much have you played in the last 2 weeks? In the last 2 weeks, how has your experience been with Animal Crossing New Horizons?" And
So, can't they just, like, check how long people have played in the last 2 weeks? Seems like they'd have access to that information.
that's a good point. Well, yeah. Wait a second. Yeah,
It's
it feels like that data
going
is.
to just make people think about Animal Crossing again and then play it some more.
Or is this a sneaky way to advertise that, or more is coming? I mean, it's inevitable, guys. Animal Crossing is going to get some more DLC. It sold crazy well, and for New Leaf, they did a big update several years into the game's life. So I imagine we're going to be getting some sort of Animal Crossing New Horizons update DLC, and this is just kind of the first signs that it's coming. So cool. That's cool. It's cool stuff. Former Nintendo of America president Reggie Fils-Aimé is writing a book. That's right. My book is ready by Reggie. No, just kidding.
Oh, such a missed opportunity.
My bookie is ready. That's what it should be. That's so dumb. What would you name it? What would you name it?
I mean, I feel like my book is ready. It's too good. I can't think of anything better than that. The question is, how long have you been thinking about that? Did that just come to you?
The My Book is Ready, yes. That did not just come to me. I thought about that before the show, but My Bookie, how about that, which is definitely the winner title. My Bookie is Ready. Booky, Bookie. My Body is Ready. Or they could do something like, the book could be called You're Never Getting Mother 3, the book.
Letting us down easy.
What are some other Reggie lines? The what's wrong with you? Just what's wrong with you? He's got so many lines, but it's actually going to be called Changing the Game, I believe is what it's called. And the book's going to focus on, it's going to be about the challenges Reggie faced throughout life, and growing up the son of Haitian immigrants and becoming one of the biggest names in the gaming industry. And then like some business stuff, like what it's going to take to reach the top inside your industry and how to stand up for your ideas and also be willing to take new thought processes in. It sounds like a
And
very like,
I'm taking that to heart to stand up to say that Wind Waker is
oh
better.
my gosh.
I keep trying to let this go, and my brain just refuses to let me. I
It's
don't think
okay.
I will ever let this go.
It's okay. You don't have to. I just feel like it was settled. It was settled already. They're both number two. I think what made it worse is you went back and played and hated Ocarina of Time more.
Yeah,
Now you're like, well,
it's
now
true.
I have
I mean,
to go
I played
back.
again. I was like, I feel like all these other Zelda games need to move up one on the list.
Ocarina of Time moved back behind Zelda 2.
I mean, I'd put it at maybe like 4,
4.
maybe 5. Essentially, the lowest 3D Zelda. Second lowest, maybe.
We need to play all of them.
I really
You and
do.
I need to play Majora's Mask for sure. Um. So yeah, Reggie's book. Is this one you're interested in picking up? I I'll jump in here and say I like reading books like this, but I didn't pick up the the Iwata one.
Yeah,
So
I mean these sound like so interesting, but for some reason I just not going to read it. But I like see I was like, oh man, I bet there's so many like interesting things in this book.
yeah, there's probably gonna be
But at
some
the same
cool
time, it's
stories.
like probably not gonna read that.
Yeah. Well, we have a question about it in the community corner, so we'll move right along here, and let's move to the rumor mill. And in the rumor mill, we have some rumors brewing, that really sound like, if you listen real carefully, they're saying Andros was right. Andros was right. And that is because new rumors are suggesting that remakes of Zelda games are coming to Nintendo Switch. Several remakes. First off, this gaggle of rumors includes that for sure we're getting Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD ported to Switch, which I think Micah and I have both kind of reached this conclusion, like that's kind of inevitable to happen at some point.
Maybe.
I just don't. I just don't see them leaving that on the Wii U. It's too much of a money opportunity. But they're not. They can take their time with it. You know, they don't have to bring it over right away. But these rumors suggest as well that remakes of the Oracle Zelda games will be coming in the 2022-2023 timeframe.
Seems like a long time.
Yeah. Uh, how like what do you think?
I mean, I'm hoping that's true. Those might be my favorite 2D Zelda games, and I hope they just bundle both of them for the price of one.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Are they super similar or are they very different?
I actually don't really remember that much. I think they are quite similar, but you have these like animal companions that are different for each one, I believe. And there's supposedly some extra secret boss battle thing you can do if you've played through both. It's been so long since I've played, I don't really remember.
Yeah. It would be awesome. I think those games need a new life, and if they just kind of take that as the next step from the Link's Awakening remake, and move now to the Oracle Zelda games, and then maybe eventually we'll get a Link Between Worlds. That would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. That's all we've got brewing in the rumor mill for this week. Let us know what you think. If you think if there's any validity to these rumors. The reason I was saying the whole Andros was right is because at some point I predicted we're gonna get all
Every
the
single
Zelda.
Zelda game.
All the Zeldas are coming.
So
It's
for
coming.
any Zelda port, he's technically kind of right.
Yeah. I think this is going to be the Zelda machine, just like it's currently the Mario machine. You can play like every single Mario game except for Mario Galaxy 2. But you can play every single Mario game on the Switch, and that's pretty rad, I'd say. So yeah, yeah. We got a question to kind of cover, diving into that even a little bit. So let's get to the real meat of this episode, and that is going to be the community. I really stumbled saying community. The community corner. Welcome to the community corner. In the community corner, we like to talk random topics and answer questions. And this week, Micah put out a post requesting some questions, and we should do that every week because people responded with a lot more enthusiasm than when I ask. Yeah. In fact, so much so that almost everybody that submitted a question submitted 2 questions at least. I don't know if we're gonna have time to hit all of these, guys. I don't know if we're gonna have time to hit all of these questions, but if we do not get to all of your questions, we will definitely put them in next week. So don't you worry. So let's jump right in. We have a question from Mason from Discord. Asks, games that need to be ported to Switch. What you got, Micah?
Well, I gotta say, Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker. That's kind of set up for a different question that comes later.
Okay.
But I mean, I would actually love Golden Sun. I want that game on every system, essentially.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking first party for this question for some reason, but those are fantastic answers. I think we need an Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask HD. I think we need that because I want them. That's why we need it.
Or like I said before, Nintendo Land.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be quite the same on the Wii U, but with using multiple systems, if you have 2 Switches, you should be able to play every game mode.
Well, yeah. Since we're on this train, I've talked about this a billion times. Wii Sports, a Wii Sports port, be very cool. Yeah, I'm all for that. But I was thinking third party, the Halo Master Chief Collection. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not even a huge Halo fan, but I think it would be really cool to have that on a portable console platform.
Well, I mean, relatively soon, can't remember the Steam Deck.
Yeah, the Steam Deck, it should be able to be on that. So, I don't know. I think that would be a cool Switch port. That's that. Thank you for the question, Mason. You have a second question, so we'll jump to your second question here, and that question is most underrated and overrated Nintendo game on Switch.
This one harkens back to my first answer, which would be if Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker were ported to Switch,
Oh my gosh.
Ocarina of Time would definitely be the overrated game. Wind Waker underrated.
Yeah, you just can't let this go. This is going to come up in every single segment of the show now? Is that...
I'll try to tone it down for future episodes, but I make no promises.
We got in chat just yeah. Okay, I have legit answer for this one, not some Micah answer. Good grief. Most overrated Nintendo Switch game to me, Tetris 99. I don't think it's that great of a Tetris game. Like, it's pretty good, but it's not as good as other Tetris games.
I can see that.
And there's not a ton to it, and it's like, it was so overhyped and just like, wow, this is the most amazing thing ever. It's a good idea that they didn't really take all the way. Like, you seen Tetris Effect? Tetris Effect is a cool game. A really cool Tetris game. And Puyo Puyo Tetris, though that Tetris is
That's a good
really
one.
good. That Tetris is really good. Tetris 99 feels very bare bones. It's like
To be fair,
a
it is free.
yeah, but it has like the paid content that doesn't add anything to it. It feels like they had a really cool idea and they did the minimum that you could do to hit that really cool idea and didn't take it any farther than that, you know? That's my hot take on Tetris 99. And the most underrated game on Switch, I'm going to say is Divinity Original Sin 2.
Hmm,
I'd say that's pretty underrated.
that's
It
definitely a good one.
wasn't it's by a
I
big-ish
guess
company.
it's kind of high rated for a smallish group. It doesn't seem very well known, but it seems like the people that do know of it or have played it or it's their type of game think it's really good.
Yeah, but most people are playing it on a different platform, not on Switch. And I think that the Switch port is really good. It's really good, and a worthwhile pickup for a Switch title, especially if Switch is your primary console. Like, yeah, and it does have the ability to like swap save states between it and its PC version, which more games need to do things like that. Yeah, you can just tell that Larian, the company behind it, loves the Switch, and they just wanted their game on the Switch. Like they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna do it because
Yeah,
we want to be able to play it
that's how
here."
all ports should be.
Uh, yeah, I liked the game so much that I blindly bought Baldur's Gate 3 by the same company. Like having no
Yeah,
former Baldur's Gate experience. And I don't regret that purchase, even though I haven't played it a whole bunch because it's still in early access and there's some kinks to work out with it. And I'm not crazy about the combat. Divinity 2 Original Sins combat, oh,
okay.
so good,
You able
and
to
so
like
fun.
chain things together with like I mean, so many different options for what you wanted to do.
Yeah. Solo something in chat says it's a great port, but it's easier for me, Solo, to play on PC due to the point and click. And it does make sense. It is a great point and click game, but they put it to controller very well. Like I'm surprised. It is not a game I would if I had played the PC version first, which I didn't. I played only the Switch version. I played maybe a little bit of PC somewhere else. Uh, if I had played the PC version first, I would have said no way. There's no way this can go to consoles, and they did it. They did it very well. They
Yeah. Although to be fair, I haven't actually tried it with the mouse and keyboard, so who knows? Maybe I think that was way better, but I
let me
think
just
they did a
say
very good job.
that games designed for PC mouse that have that kind of input. I have played Civilization 6, I think is the one that came to Switch. Horrible. A horrible port. It's the menuing is so bad and so rough to get around. You just feel like I shouldn't be playing this here. This needs to be played on a computer. This game, no. You feel it feels right at home on the Switch. So yeah, I and fantastic story and really fun combat. It's very challenging. The game was very hard at first. It gets a little easier, and then you hit another wall where it's really hard.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. There's like one point where it suddenly gets very difficult again.
yeah, it's uh, it's very long too. So this is like a super long RPG. It's not a JRPG. This would be more of like an American or like an ARPG, but more just like like a PC RPG game, like the classic Baldur's Gate, and at those types. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my answer.
And I guess for a more serious answer, I might actually say Hades being overrated. I did think that was a really good game, and I really enjoyed it, but I don't know if I'd quite say game of the year. I think I enjoyed Enter the Gungeon more. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe not enjoyed it more, but I would say Enter the Gungeon has a little more replay value. I mean, it just has so many more items and combinations of items that cause new effects that
I
there's
yeah
always
I
something new.
I have to jump in here and say, please do not take that as a don't play Hades.
Oh,
Uh,
for sure.
it's so good. It is so good. But yeah, I think it might have been a little overrated. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I can agree with you on that. I
Yeah,
almost
it's
put that in
definitely a
here, but
game I'd recommend.
I feared the people, and you did not. That's why we have you here. No, I thought Divinity was probably. I thought Tetris 99 was a better answer. What? Okay, what's your underrated pick?
Um, I guess maybe just Enter the Gungeon, I guess, since I already compared it to Hades. I think it's if you like roguelike like games, I think it's one of the best.
For sure.
And for the style of it, I think it is the best for the like top-down kind of shooter bullet storm roguelike. I can't think of any other ones that are better.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, I also will give a hearty recommendation to Enter the Gungeon. Mason, thank you so much for the 2 questions. We have more for Mason. If we have time, we might hit those. Uh, let's move to our next question here. Dan, our buddy from Retro Logic, asks, what are you hoping to get out of Reggie's book? Well, Mike already said he's not going to read it. So, what do I hope to get out of Reggie's book?
I, I
I,
might read it.
I would like some. I would like some behind the scenes stories aren't that are really
Public
entertaining.
knowledge.
Yeah, that are really entertaining and funny, but aren't already public knowledge. Uh, I don't know if we're gonna get stuff like that. I want I want the side of Reggie that Nintendo made Reggie to be, which is just this like goofy, over the top business guy that felt like, oh yeah, this is a gamer. Like he's a gamer like us, and he's he's a gamer like us. But it felt
Except
like
a little
less.
taller, probably.
Yeah, he just brings this Reggie energy. That's what I want captured in this book somehow, and I think we can do that by changing the title to "My Bookie Is Ready." Uh, I hope that there's some joke about Mother 3 in there. That would be pretty funny. So good. Thanks for the question, Dan. Do you have an answer, Micah? What would you like to get out of Reggie's book?
Um, I guess kind of the same as you, some more like behind the scenes sort of going ons.
Yeah.
I think they kind of mentioned that
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
bit. I guess things he faced throughout his life, how he got to where he is.
Um, yeah. And I think it is going to deliver on that front. Like it's going to be there's going to be some cool stories in there. I think it'll be a really inspirational book because he talks about, kind of a rags to riches kind of story for himself. It's kind of what he's hinting at. We've got 2 questions from Mugglemoo off Discord. Asks, all encompassing, which is better, Link or Mario? And then clarifies, as a game series and as individuals. I have my answer here. Mario is is better on the game series side. But as individuals, I gotta go with Link. Like, Link is just a more interesting character.
Yeah, I was going to say the same actually.
Nice. Listen, when you really start to think about it, Mario has done so much. We got Mario Kart, we got Mario sports games, we've got Dr. Mario puzzle games, spin-offs. The Mario lore and world is awesome. I mean, it's given us Waluigi, it's given us Wario, it's given us Toad, it's given us Yoshi, Luigi, all these side characters that are actually better than Mario.
Yeah,
And
it's kind of sad.
that's where it
Luigi
comes.
and Yoshi.
That's where it comes down to, is like Mario is such a. I'm gonna say a pair of pants, okay, and a pair of
You didn't
pants
just with the mustache. Or...
meaning that You put on the pair of pants and you are in the pair of pants. Like, you are Mario. And Mario himself doesn't have a very exciting personality or like really that exciting of a design. He's very much just like a vessel for you to experience a really awesomely designed world and game and all of that. Like, him as a character, not that interesting, maybe. I am trying to think of like an example where I'm like, well, wait, that's not true because Mario's really cool in this game, but I can't really think of an example. Yeah, he's just always kind of like there to be. You are Mario, and he is a plain pair of pants that you get to try on, and you can wear and be, and then yeah. Whereas Link is very cool. Like Link is always really cool. Every game Link is cool. Like I don't really know if I need to make any more of an argument here.
I mean, he has a sword, so instant coolness.
And a single earring. And always wears green, which is like the best color. So
Debatable.
yeah. So yeah, I mean he's he's a pretty cool guy. And he has,
Meows like a cat on rare
I was
occasions.
gonna say, in a lot of games he has this underlying personality. Skyward Sword, he's very expressive in Skyward Sword. I'm surprised how
So he's
often.
probably kind of expressive in Wind Waker as well. And they gave him like
Yeah,
really big eyes.
yeah, they seem to really play with that in Wind Waker. Like they give him a lot more personality. And then in Breath of
Yeah.
the Wild, I mean, if you leave the game idle and you don't have any armor on, he'll like start flexing.
I too like to go out in the woods with no one around and flex.
Yeah, it's just like they give him these little quirks that you don't get from Mario. If you leave Mario idle, he falls asleep every game. He's like an old, like Mario's
It's
like a 40-year
very
old
in character.
40-year old plumber that sometimes likes spaghetti. You know, you know, it's just not as exciting. I don't know. Uh, yeah, I like Link, and then the sound effects Link makes just give a lot more energy. Well, Mario makes pretty good sound effects. I'd say
That good old Yahoo.
Charles Martinet does a great
Yahoo.
job, but I'd say Charles Martinet does a better job for everybody else too. Like he does like Waluigi, he does Wario, he does Luigi, and those are all like I'd say those are all more interesting characters than Mario. The
Yeah,
games where
Mario's kind of
he
like a blank character, and then everyone else, like those, especially those three, kind of build off of him, and have their own like quirks that
yeah,
make them major.
yeah, yeah, it's interesting. It's really interesting to think about. So, game series Mario, individual character Link, and we both agree on that. There we go.
Yeah. Although I don't want to live in a world without both of them, so
That's
I'm
true.
glad they're both
Yeah, I don't want Mario to be more
real-ish.
interesting. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Mario to change. I like Mario the way he is, stable. There's stability with Mario. You're not getting something new and crazy and different. I mean, like, do you remember in Mario Odyssey when they first, like, it was first found out that you can change the costume and Mario can be shirtless, and people like were like, "Wow!" They like
Yeah.
lost their minds.
Yes.
There's a whole speedrunning category called nipple percent, which is just getting to that costume as fast as possible.
How did I
Uh,
not know about this?
that's about as
Then
exciting as
again,
I
why
think we.
would I know about
Uh, yeah. Thank you for the question, Mugglemoo. Let's go to Mugglemoo has a second question. Asks, if you could only play one game for the rest of your life, what would it be?
That's a rough question.
That's a rough question. Do you have an answer picked out? Besides Plock,
I
of
guess
course.
I might have to go with Breath of the Wild, I guess, because I feel like it has a pretty good spread. It's not exactly just like one genre ish.
I'm
Plus, there's a lot of like weird glitches you can try out, and
Yeah, that's the thing is
it's
like
a
I
big
was gonna say that
sandbox.
I was gonna give the exact same answer, and that was my reasoning. It's like because there's still new stuff being discovered all the time. People are discovering new things that you can do glitch wise and to shortcut things. Camden in chat says probably Minecraft, and very
Ah,
similar reasoning behind that, where it's like it's an open exploring game with just
the
essentially infinite
possibilities are
replay.
endless.
Yeah, Minecraft has it even more because everything in the world is randomly generated. Could you imagine a Breath of the Wild that's just a randomly generated world? Like that would be amazing. That would be a really really cool game. I'm hoping to be able to answer this question with Breath of the Wild 2 when it comes out because I think it's just going to be this and more. Yeah.
Yeah. Or I might change my answer to Metroid Prime 4 if we're talking about future games here.
Yeah, I don't think Metroid Prime 4 is going to be as replayable as Breath of
I
the
don't
Wild.
think it would be, unless it's
And I don't
also randomly
really.
open worlds.
Yeah, I mean, I that would be
But
cool, but
oh,
think I think most people just want it to be like the original trilogy, right? Like it's a little bit more linear, with some exploration elements to it. I don't know. I'd like it to be open world. I'd like it to be.
I'm just excited to see what they do.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, K9 also brings up Master Mode for Breath of the Wild. Like, yeah, there's also the DLC and all the stuff you can do with that. I don't know. I'm going to be playing it again for stream, and like it's just that kind of game where you can just keep playing it, and I want to go back and play it like that. It's not oh I have to do it because like that's a
Because I
big.
gotta compare two games to each other, and
It's
one
got
of them's Ocarina of Time.
no the thing is like I want to play it more. I want to do more things with it. Uh, yeah, which is weird because before I started doing like the speedrunning trick stuff, I'd say that I wouldn't really want to go back and play it again. Like I was like I feel like I've gotten my experience with it, but then jumping back into it, even our friend Roger mentioned that he's replaying it and he's not using fast travel. So no fast travel, and he's putting more of an emphasis on playing through the like doing things he hadn't done the first time. So he's doing a lot more cooking, and he's like, once you're not using fast travel, there's a lot more emphasis on horses. Like you want to have better
Yeah.
horses, and you want to find like ideal paths. He's not using a map, so it's like it's a very different game. And I'm like, I kind of want to try this now. I kind of want to try it like that. And that's just like if you start doing things like that, this game is like infinitely replayable, similar to Minecraft. Minecraft is a good answer as well. I'd say. Uh, so yeah, I'm also gonna say Breath of the
I'm
Wild.
just not creative enough to get infinite enjoyment out of Minecraft.
Yeah, yeah.
But I really enjoy building these cool structures and things.
Mugglemoo, thank you for the questions. Awesome questions. Appreciate those. K9 Cantina, who is here in chat, thanks for joining us, K9, asks, how could Nintendo market porting Game Boy games to an all-in-one Game and Watch style console? He gives an example here. They sold a Game and Watch that plays like Pokemon Red. And they like sold that for around $40 to $50. I think that's totally something that could exist. I think so. I think for me, what would make that have real value is doing like what they're doing with the Zelda one, and putting multiple games on it. So if you put Pokemon Red, Blue, and Green all in this one bundle on this little Game and Watch style game player. Yeah, I think there's a market for that, and it would sell pretty well.
Yeah, and I feel like they probably don't even have to market it that well because I think most of the people that would be interested in it are already pretty big Nintendo fans, so they wouldn't have to like really go out of their way.
Yeah.
Then again, you might get some nostalgia buys from people like, "Oh man, I remember playing that back
Here's
when I
what
was a
would
kid."
here's what would push it over the edge. Yeah, you ready for this? I think they put in they bring back Street Pass functionality and put them into these little devices. So especially for a Pokemon Pocket a Pokemon Pocket game. It's a Game and Watch Pokemon game, but it has the ability to wirelessly connect with other Pokemon Pocket games and other which you can do battles, you can do street pass stuff like, oh, you walk past someone, so you get a free item, and you like I'm really thinking about this. This could be a movement. I don't know if you remember when Heart Gold and Soul Silver came out. Right? When that
The
came out,
Pokepedometer
the
thing,
Pokemon pedometer was actually really popular. People were walking around with that, and
the belt clips.
yeah, and you bring that to the next level with the Street Pass stuff, where it just kind of does that automatically, and the Game and Watch is small enough that you want to carry it around in your pocket, and you'll gain stuff. Like this could be a thing. Like it could. Pokemon is the way to do it, honestly, because Pokemon Go as it like took over the world. These little pocket Pokemon games could be like the next what were they called? The little eggs, Tamagotchis? Is that
Something like that. I
like
think that's it.
those were like crazy popular among that, but this could be that just for everybody. Like adults will have this, kids will be walking around with this, and it's
I
this.
guess that's kind of like Pokemon Go. They have that
Yeah,
social aspect to it, but with some more of like the classic elements.
yeah, no, I want it to just be the old games with the ability to connect, because they already have all of those kinds of things built in. The tradings existed for like since the beginning, right? Uh, and then they added more and more multiplayer features throughout. You had the underground with Diamond and Pearl. Pokemon Black and White had this connecting hub island, and you could go to each other's worlds and run around as an NPC. Crazy stuff like that. That would be really really fun to do in some sort of Game and Watch type thing, and then put in Street Pass functionalities. I think would be like, yeah, this is like I'm so
Because
hyped for this now.
I'd be like scared to take it out all the time because it's kind of a collector's thing as well. But wouldn't want to like damage it.
Yeah, make it a clamshell one. Because they have those. They have clamshell Game and Watches. So, dude, this should be a thing. But for non-Pokemon, I think you could also do very similar stuff. You could have a Mario Kart one, and you pick up, because in Street Pass for Mario Kart on the 3DS, you pick up ghosts of other characters, and they would race in the races with you. So
Pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Street Pass was the bomb, Micah. You missed out not having a 3DS. Like Street Pass was just like peak. I want it back so bad. And a little Game and Watch style system is like the perfect spot to do that. Holy cow! I feel like I just came up with a brilliant idea. Doug Bowser, um, who else we got here? And Miyamoto, Furukawa, everybody that listens to our show regularly, the big head honchos of Nintendo. This idea is free. Just take it and run with it. You're
I
welcome.
mean, unless it does really well, I mean, you
I'd
could
like
pay
some
us.
credit, maybe. Yeah. uh, what do you got? Any thoughts on this? How could they market something like that?
No, I think what you said was good.
All right, good deal. K9 has a second question. Everybody's got two questions. Not everybody. We got some singular questions out here. But let's go to the next one here. K9 asks, if you could create your own amiibo, what game, what would it be, and what function would it have?
Mine would be Croc from Croc 2. And the functionality of it would be you scan it and you get to play Croc 2 on the Switch.
It's just the game is
It's
part
just the
of
game.
the amiibo.
And
I
maybe
dig
with
that.
some slight enhancements. I'm sure it's probably a little rougher around the edges than I remembered as a kid.
I
Besides
really
that, the other one that comes to mind, Golden Sun, Isaac.
What would you like
Love
that
that
to
game.
do?
Also, let me play Golden Sun on the Switch,
Yeah,
or
no
let
amiibo
me
does
play
that.
let me play as him in Smash Bros.
What I want is I mean, this kind of exists to some extent, but I want it more. I want Link from Twilight Princess to be able to scan in to like every first party Nintendo game and give you that costume. So I want Monster Hunter Rise. I want to be able to scan that in and boom, I'm playing as Link. I've got the Link costume. I want to scan that into Mario Odyssey and Mario now has the Link costume.
Or maybe even just the Link cap. The green.
Yeah, no, I want the whole suit on Mario. Like the whole Link costume.
With or without mustache.
It would still be Mario
So
just
okay.
wearing that costume. Yeah.
I just suddenly really want to see Mario without a mustache.
Uh I Oh my goodness. Camden in chat says he wants the T-Rex Mario amiibo. Like
Yeah,
from a
that'd be
Mario
good.
Odyssey. It's huge.
Make it big.
Yeah. Now we're talking. We get a big dinosaur amiibo. I wasn't even thinking about like because this is how I am. I'm not an amiibo collector. I don't collect amiibo. I don't think about the shelf value. I think about I
I
want what I want from it
just
in
have
game.
my one amiibo.
There you go. Yeah, the best. Uh,
Oh, of course.
the Link suit in all games would be cool. I would also take a Waluigi suit in all games. Is there a Waluigi amiibo? Does it do anything? It's the question.
I don't know if there's one.
Let me tell you, my favorite amiibo is probably is the Twilight Princess Wolf Link amiibo and its functionality in Breath of the Wild to give you Wolf Link as a companion character. I want more things like that. It's not
I
necessary
want
for the
a
game.
Metroid version of that. You
Yeah.
get a
Oh,
just a Metroid
you get a little
stand-in that follows
Metroid
you around.
that follows you around. That would actually be super cool for Metroid Dread, like a little helper character to come in. Those are the kinds of things that I really like and that really tempt me to buy the amiibo. That amiibo is really expensive. That amiibo is super expensive. Hambo Johnny comes in and says, "Yes, there is a Waluigi amiibo." Uh, no clue what it does.
Might just have like the Smash Brothers
Yeah,
function. Oh, wait a second, he's not even in Smash Brothers.
the realization.
I somehow forgot. Oh my goodness, what does he do?
What would that amiibo do? I don't think it would do
I mean, it's
anything
just like
anywhere.
the PC training thing. If he was in Smash Bros, but yeah,
I want him to get for that one. Everybody gets to dress like Waluigi. You bring it in. They have that new Fatal Frame game coming out. Let's give Waluigi to the main character in Fatal Frame. Skyrim. That would be awesome. I just really like the like bonus feature that isn't really necessary. Let's take a step back here and talk about Skyward Sword's amiibo deal and the people that were like, this is a quality of life feature locked behind a paywall. That's garbage. Such garbage. That's that amiibo and its the functionality of that amiibo is such a waste because it's not fast travel. It takes you back to the sky from anywhere you want in the dungeon. Well, guess what? There's a freaking bird statue in like every room that already does that. I was like, I pulled up the map. I'm like, I am literally like 30 seconds from 3 statues. Like, not that that's a bit of an exaggeration.
Scan it in, make sure it's on the right thumbstick or
Yeah,
whatever. I always forget.
seriously, it's not that helpful. You know what it's for? Like what it will be used for is speed runs. Like that's the only functionality I could see it being useful for is, and maybe someone will find some glitch. But other than that, it's kind of a waste. The amiibo looks amazing, but the functionality is dumb. Whereas the Wolf Link, like Breath of the Wild's range of what it could do with Zelda amiibos was amazing. You could get costumes from literally every Zelda game. Like you could get the Wind Waker tunic, you could get the Twilight Princess tunic, you could get the Ocarina of Time tunic, you could get like Zelda horse armor, Ganon horse armor, Epona. That's what I want those to do. That's what I want more of. Breath of the Wild definitely has the best amiibo integration, says K9 in chat. 100%. 100%.
So, Solo Something points out that the Boo amiibo glows in the dark. I'd apparently forgot about that, but that's awesome.
That is pretty cool. They should do that with the Metroid one. Not the Metroid, but with Samus.
Like, if they had especially with like the corrupted Dark Samus, that could be extra.
That would be really nice. That would be really nice.
Like a phase on.
I love how nice the quality of them has improved so much from when they first started, but I feel like the functionality it had a rise and then it dipped, and then they were like basically do nothing. They're just like look at how cool
essentially just collectibles.
Yeah,
with the most minimum amount of functionality.
Yeah. Thanks for the question, K9. It's fun to talk about amiibos. Amiibos are fun. I need to get one. You know what I want? I want the Wolf Link one. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for it. It's pretty expensive, unfortunately, but I want that one. That's the one I want. I think the amiibo looks pretty neat, but I really just want it for the Breath of the Wild functionality, and I really hope that it's in Breath of the Wild 2. If that functionality exists in Breath of the Wild 2, I'm sold. I'm gonna go out and get it. That's my commitment here. Hopefully it's not like $3,000 by that point.
I mean, it's a lot.
Is it? Maybe I won't.
I mean, you might be able to get like just the little chip, little card.
Oh yeah, that's probably what I'll end up doing, is just buying an NFC tag of it.
Out of these random ones
hopefully those Nintendo big executives aren't listening anymore, or hopefully they just start making these more available, please. All right. Moving on to the next question. Thanks for those questions, K9. Awesome questions. Solo Something, who is also here, chat. Welcome, Solo Something. Thanks for hanging with us. Asks, do you think the Steam Deck will cause Nintendo to quietly observe what works for the deck and incorporate it into later Switch models, much like the gaming industry has snagged Nintendo's hardware ideas and made it part of their mainstay? Micah, what do you think?
Well, I think Nintendo probably quietly observes essentially what everyone else is doing. I feel like they're so different as far as like handheld gaming devices go. I don't know if there's too much they can get from it. Maybe being a little more open with what you could have on a later version of a Switch would be kind of cool.
I think they will watch. I don't think they will incorporate anything from it, personally. I think that I agree with Micah's exact words. Like, they are silently watching what everybody's doing and coming up with ideas and improvements. But they tend to forge the path. They don't tend to take from others and improve in that way. And when they do, it doesn't work out so great. Like, think about the Wii U. The like big seller there was like, this is a 4K system. Like, look, is it 4K or HD?
HD.
HD, not
You can tell you're like,
4K. We've gone
is it?
backwards. No, it's an HD system because everybody was complaining about how the Wii was an HD and everything else was HD. And look, the Wii U flopped. And it's like copying other people isn't what sells stuff. It's the innovation that gets people to Nintendo. Nintendo has never been about being the best in the specs, but they are going to be really creative with what they do with hardware, and that's just they're going to stay around for that reason, right? Yeah, but
So
maybe
hopefully they snag non-controller drifting from the Steam
yeah.
Deck,
I'm
unless that also drifts.
I'm kind of hopeful that uh they do this thing where it's kind of like an all-in-one, like the Switch. It would be cool if you could just plug the Switch into the TV. Like there's not a dock. Like I think that's kind of, well, I don't know. It's not necessary, but it is kind of cool that you can essentially take the Valve deck and just, if you've got an HDMI, you can just plug it in and it'll work.
Yeah.
Uh, that I think that would be cool if that was just built into the Switch. Because then think about it, your Switch Lite could just plug in and be on the TV. That'd be pretty cool. Thank you for the question. And wouldn't you know it, a second question from Solo Something. Let's jump into that. He asks, to date, what do you feel, and come to an agreement on screen. Okay, this is harkening.
We'll
This
see.
is harkening. This is harkening to a certain debate we're not going to talk about. Is what do you think is the second best Joy-Cons they have made in color schemes? As I feel we all know, like that first is like an agreed upon. We all know. I hope I'm not misreading this, Solo, but I've got them right here. The best looking Joy-Cons for sure are the new Zelda Joy-Cons. For those watching the video, I'm holding up my pair of the new Zelda Joy-Cons, which are gorgeous. Like beautiful. So I think that's what he's talking about for the number one. So we're agreeing on number two. Mike, do you agree that these look really good?
Yeah, and I can't really think of any other like extra fancy additions besides the Fortnite one. All the other ones I can think of are just solid colors.
Yeah, but what of those is the best one in your opinion?
Purple and orange, yo. I actually really like that color scheme. Surprisingly so.
I'm gonna go with the Fortnite bundle.
I would say that one might actually be my second favorite, just because of the peely eye as the button.
Yes, I think that is so nice. It looks so good, and it's the only other one I've been like, I kind of want those.
Yeah.
I like the color. I do like the solid colors, but I think they need to do more with these designs, like what they did with the Fortnite controllers and the
even something super simple as Peely's face, because I think that's the only thing.
There's like a little etching of the Fortnite bus on the other side, and it pairs with the Fortnite Switch, which I think is hilarious. That specific Switch got its own double. And guys, what if we get the other pair to these? That's like the rest of the Zelda Joy-Con, like a matching set, so you can have the other side of the shield and the sword. I don't know if they're gonna do that, but that would be cool. I probably have to get those because to match. But I also really liked the neon yellow ones that came with the arms. I think they were released with the arms.
Are they both yellow? Ah, I see.
Yeah, they're both yellow. And the pink and green look nice from the Splatoon. Okay, we got in chat. You guys read my mind. They need to bring back transparent plastic from the N64.
Yes,
100% agree,
for
Camden.
sure.
Yes, and we've got agreement from K9. Jungle green. Jungle
and
green.
I love like the slight see-through of the Pro controller.
Yeah.
So cool.
They
I
should
don't
do
know.
more
That
colors of
probably
this.
doesn't show up at all on it.
Or both show it. No, you can kind of see it.
Because that's super cool.
Yes. That needs to come back because it's cool. Transparent plastic casings are cool. You can actually buy casings and replace your Switch and Joy-Cons with those, but they should just sell them that way because
I'd
it's real,
probably break something if I tried that.
real risky and scary to do it yourself. Actually, replacing the back plate is pretty easy, but still more effort than I would be willing to put in. I just like to buy it like that. Wow. Solo something, thank you for the question. And now you know Fortnite is the second best Joy-Cons pair. This seems sad. It seems sad that that's the answer, but that is the answer. It's very cool. We're big fans of Keeley.
Third is probably tied for me actually with the purple and orange, but then just the double white. This looks real good.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Solo something also had an extra question. I don't think we're gonna have time to hit that. So we'll save those for next week, but we'll move to the next question here from Hambone Johnny, who is also in chat. Welcome, thanks for hanging with us, Hambone. What real life thing do you wish that you could use dowsing for? Let me give an explanation for those that aren't playing Skyward Sword HD. Dowsing is the ability to point your sword and it's like a radar scanner that's like and it blinks brighter when you're facing the direction you're trying to go, and you can scan like scents, and you use it to try and track down Zelda for the first several dungeons and track down Kikwis in the first forest area. It's a nifty little feature if you get stuck like knowing which way on the path to go. So he asks, what real life thing do you wish that you could use dowsing for? At my house, we lose the TV remote all the time, so that would be my choice. This is all part of his question, not me. That's Hambone. And he says, maybe you'd like to find the perfect pineapple at the grocery store, or maybe you're someone who forgets where they parked their car. The perfect pineapple dowsing.
Yeah, there reminds me one time I forgot where I parked my car in like a multi-level parking garage for like a hospital appointment, and I parked in the wrong place and I had to like quickly try and find my car to move somewhere else to make my appointment, and it took me like 40 minutes. So that would have been real nice. I missed my appointment, by the way. So that was unfortunate, but that really would have come in handy at that point.
I'm probably gonna say a pair of headphones. Like it finds my headphones for me. Because I can never seem to find my headphones. Like this headset I can find, but I don't always I can't use these when like mowing the lawn or like going out. And I just want to find my regular headphones somewhere. I wish I had dowsing for that.
I'd probably choose something like big old diamonds or underground oil deposits.
It's a good answer.
Because I mean, if I'm rich, I'll just buy a crap ton of headphones and whatnot. I'll have like 50 in my house. Shouldn't be too hard to find one then.
Yeah. And cell phone chargers and Joy-Con chargers. That would be another one that I would like.
Yeah, the adapter for my earbud things that allows me to use it with my phone that I lost a few months ago. I know it's somewhere close by. Pretty sure it's in this room somewhere.
This is like a game of Where's Waldo. Like maybe the audience will be able to find it based off.
Yeah, look closely in my background.
Uh, we should start doing that in there. You should like have a thing, and we will hide it. Oh my gosh, this should be a thing, Micah.
My
Yes,
Yoshi will be somewhere.
yes. You
Unless
so
I forget, and then
before each
good luck finding
episode,
it.
the Yoshi amiibo will be hidden somewhere in the in Micah's recording room. I love this. I love
You
this
might
so
not be able
much.
to see where it's hidden. I mean, I might have it behind something, but it will be somewhere in here.
Muggle Moo says it's like the Christmas pickle. Have you heard of that tradition? No, there's like a it's I think it's
like it's like almost tickling my mind somewhere, but
I think
sounds
it's like
absurd.
a German Christmas tradition where you hide a pickle shaped ornament in the
Sounds
Christmas
German.
in the Christmas tree.
Yes.
Yeah,
In the tree.
yeah, you hide it somewhere on the
Oh,
tree,
like
and
the
then
ornament. So it's just like hung somewhere. So essentially. Right?
yeah, or like hidden in a little deeper in the tree or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. We have a pickle ornament. I don't think we ever like go, oh, who can find it, but we have it there to remind us that
That you could
this
do that.
tradition exists. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm
That's
so
funny.
excited for this, Micah. I'm excited to see where you hide that next time. I'm gonna try not to forget about it.
Yeah, you might have to remind me.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Next episode, I'll remember halfway through and
Hey,
have a
hey,
camera.
this is a good opportunity to come back and plug the video version of the podcast. Now, you might prefer to listen to this on your podcast listening app of choice, where you could leave us a 5-star review. Yes, you could do that. You could do that, or you could watch the video version where you get to see our smiling faces, and we
Take
get
that as a positive, if you will.
so yeah, we have that available on YouTube at the Nintendo Pals YouTube channel, and on our Twitch channel, where again we're trying to hit 100 followers and 64 subscribers. Those numbers exactly. Once we hit those, we're done. No,
Yeah.
no. Once we hit those, we keep on going to the moon with those numbers, because that would be cool. That would be really cool if we go to the moon with those numbers.
How many? I mean, what number would get us to the moon?
How much does it
How
cost to
many
fly to the
moons
moon?
in Mario Odyssey do you need to get to the dark side of the moon? The light side, for that matter.
I think it's
So-
500. I think it's 500. So 500 subs to the moon. To the moon, or 500 follows. We'll do follows for that. 500 follows to the
I mean,
moon.
I don't know what we'll do for that.
Some sort
You'll
of
have
ad
to beat the
campaign.
moon blindfolded.
It's and Camden says it costs 150 million to fly to space. We'll convert that to subs at another point. We need like 3
I mean, that's only like
50 million subs.
75 million. Oh
Subs.
no, yeah, it'd be a little less.
Yeah. We're doing like this moon math.
Just millions of subs. Once we get there, though, we'll fly to the moon. Actually, we'll just fly to space. That's not to the moon costs. That's even more.
We're gonna fly to the Majora's Mask moon, the one that comes to us a little bit. Yeah.
And that'd be easy. We just have to buy Majora's Mask.
He's got a scary
Like-
face.
$15.
Yeah. $15. Let's see. Where
I forgot.
we're on a question. We're on a question about dowsing, and we answered that question. Thank you for the question, Hambone, Johnny. Appreciate it, Hambone. Let's move to the last question. This is gonna be our last question. We have more. We'll save those for next week. Questions from Mason and Solo Something. Thank you guys for submitting so many questions. You guys rock. Appreciate all the questions that we got this week. Question from Spider Sham. What backlog game do you have that you really know you should play but haven't?
You should have a lot of those, Andros.
You should have a lot of those
that
'cause
came
you
out
played the
on
GameCube.
Exactly. I think we can all agree that you were really missing out for not having played practically any GameCube games.
Yeah, my guy did, but you also missed out on some really amazing consoles, mainly the Super Nintendo and the
And I had that on the
but they
Nintendo
brought
Online.
it. They brought it.
They
They
got
brought
like
it for you. Yeah, but they haven't brought it for me.
1% of the games.
And the 3DS. You really did miss out on the 3DS library. Fantastic games on the 3DS.
Probably almost as good as GameCube library.
Yeah, well, because a lot of them are the GameCube library, like Luigi's Mansion
That's true.
on
Although
the
I heard
3DS.
people didn't like that too much.
No, no, no. They just straight up ported Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Do you know the
Oh,
story behind that? I think we've talked about it on the show. Is that Luigi's Mansion was originally designed to be a 3D game.
that does sound familiar,
It
but my
was originally
memory is
designed to be a
garbage.
3D game,
So
and so, but it came out on the GameCube, which was not possible to have like 3D graphics. So it had it in it, and so they put it into the 3DS with the 3D graphics. And it's pretty cool.
that's pretty cool.
Um, yeah, but a lot of great games. But Street Pass, like just the functionality of Street Pass and the games on that. Micah, you would freaking love those games, actually. And now that I think about it, you would be really into those. Uh, yeah. Anyways, but if you're just gonna pick one, what game are you gonna say?
Well, essentially any of the 50 million Steam games I have that I haven't played.
No, one
But
game from your backlog. And let's make it a Nintendo title. Let's like it has to be on a Nintendo platform.
um, I guess I mean I don't know if I can quite count it as a backlog because I don't own it, but Link's Awakening. Have you not played
On
that?
the Switch. The Switch version or the original or like the DX? No, you played the DX, didn't you?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think that's
I have
one
the
of
Game
the
Boy Advance.
not too many I haven't played.
I have the Game Boy Advance version. And I'm like almost tempted to play it on that, but I have so many other games to play. My answer is probably Majora's Mask.
Hmm. Yeah, and that one I actually can say either way because I do own that. I just don't have the controller I need to play it on my Wii.
I should just send you my classic controller. I should
You
just
should.
send it
I
to
should
you.
have got that when I visited you last time.
Yeah, that would have made sense. Um, Man, those can't be that hard to find cheap though. At this point, a classic controller, like go into like a GameStop and get a used classic controller real cheap.
I mean, practically the price of the game. I ended
Yeah.
up getting. I can't even remember why, but I had some like spare points, and they were about to expire or something weird, or the shop was like shutting down pretty soon.
I do not own Majora's Mask in any way, shape, or form on any platform. I like really should have played it on the 3DS, but I didn't. It came out at a time in life where I was not uh, financially feeling like spending tons of money on games, and so that was not when I got Ocarina of Time, but I didn't get the Majora's Mask, which seems kind of silly because I already played Ocarina of Time, but I didn't beat it.
And you have it.
So,
Yeah,
um,
that's true at that point.
which I'd say the 3DS remake of that was really good. So I bet the 3DS remake of Majora's Mask is really good. But I'm kind of holding out because I believe it will come to Switch in some form. Kind of holding out. But maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just get it and play it. But you know, as soon as I do
Maybe.
that, it's going to be announced with an HD remaster, Final Fantasy VII remake style Majora's
Yeah,
Mask,
but then it'll be like a full $60.
and a new game. Because that remake's like not even remotely similar. Wow. Uh, Thank you, Spider Shan, for the question. Micah, I've already forgotten your answer. You said Link's Awakening. It's Zelda games.
Ah,
It's
that's
Zelda
right.
games
Yeah,
for both of us.
I had also forgotten my answer.
Yeah, that's probably it. And then probably Wind Waker's up there as well.
As it should be.
But Majora's Mask, I have a desire to try Majora's Mask more than Wind Waker, even though I bet Wind Waker will probably be objectively the better one. I don't know. I don't know about that actually. There's a lot of love for Majora's Mask because it's very different, like supposedly very different.
Wind Waker itself is kind of different as well.
Chat says you will not regret Majora's Mask. Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
know.
Is it the same control scheme as Ocarina of Time?
Yes, it is. I mean,
And I
it's
might regret it a little bit.
Let's just hope it comes to the Switch with a remaster and some quality of life improvements. Uh, Thank you for the question, Spider Shan, and thank you to everybody in the community that submitted questions via our Discord, which you can join. Links to that are in the description of the show and all over our social medias. Hop on over and join our Discord. We have a blast. We have people popping in kind of sporadically. It's a pretty good sized group, a good community games, a good community of gamers, and we are doing a community game night. Let's see, this podcast goes live Monday, so we'll have done this community game night Friday, July 23rd, because we record these typically on Friday, but Micah will be busy, so yeah, I'm over-explaining this. Community game night tomorrow for those watching the live show, and for those watching in post, we do community game nights about once a month. Try and increase the frequency of those, but it takes some planning, so... yeah, if you would like to support the show, you can do so by hopping on to your podcast listening app of choice and leaving us a 5-star review. That really does help us boost in the viewing, not only on the platform you listen to, but typically on platforms that also connect with that platform to pull the podcast feed. So if you leave us a 5-star review on Apple, it's leaving us a 5-star review on Oodle's a platform. Yeah, you give us a heart on Google. That helps move us up in the rankings. We are on social media platforms. Our focus right now, we're putting a lot of focus into TikTok, where you can watch some short clips from our streams and other goofy videos we do, as well as we are on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. So yeah, for those watching the video version of this podcast, definitely be sure to subscribe, share, like, do all the positive buttons on all the platforms, because it just makes us feel good about ourselves. It's all to feed the giant ego that is Mitch. No, that's not true. We just really enjoy seeing the positive feedback, and well, just the feedback in general. So definitely leave us comments and reach out to us with your thoughts on ways we can improve the show, and what you like about it. Because yeah, it all really helps. We appreciate everybody who participates in actively on those platforms in the community, but we also appreciate you, listener. You, yep. You know who you are. You haven't followed us on any of those platforms, but you tune into this podcast each and every week because you like hanging out here and listening to the show. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Seriously. You don't have, there's no pressure. There's no pressure to go and do all those things.
Sounds like the end of a PBS program. That's what I always think. And yeah. Viewers like you.
Thank you. Yes. And today's Nintendo Palace podcast episode was brought to you by the letter M. M for Majora. M for Micah. M for...
But Wind Waker is better.
Wind Waker?
I mean, what's a W if not just an upside down M?
Yes. So let's see here. Let's queue up. We've got the outro here, Micah. So I think I've plugged everything. Special thanks to VGR for the intro music that we use for our podcast. That's a sweet remix of the Eshop channel. Camden in chat says feels pressured. You don't have to feel pressured. I just said no pressure. No pressure.
Now he's trying to guilt you into doing it.
I'm not trying to guilt anybody into doing anything. Just, I'm okay. Well, wait. I'll take that back. You should listen to the show for sure. This is a great show. Silence. Mike is just like, yeah, all right, yeah. We have a fun time here. We really have a blast making this each and every week, and we are having a blast over on our Twitch channel doing game streaming. So check that out because we're gonna be doing some fun stuff there. Micah, do you want to leave us here with a closing remark?
gonna.
Don't do it. Wait,
Oh.
wait.
Oh,
Wait.
no.
I know where you're going.
Oh, technical difficulty. Oh, oh.
And that is our closing remark. Micah went under a bridge.
Can't turn my camera back on, apparently.
Oh, thank you all for watching, and you have a great rest of your day and week. And we'll talk at y'all next week. Bye.
Peace out.
Peace.